Hey guys, Jay here. So this is going to be a OP Selling Kingdom video. I've made another video already talking about NL and my team specifically, and this time I want to make a tier list. And if you just care about what is on the tier list, it is going to be this way, right? It is going to be right here. It is the completed tier list. This is my personal opinion. It's not going to be like tried and true, proven by the whole community or anything, but I have watched a few others video, if not all of the others videos that is available on YouTube that says OP Sailing Kingdom tier list, and I have to say I do not completely agree with any one of them. They often are made by people who are around about 11, 12 million power or less, which is very, very early in the game, very early. So I want to have another perspective. This is going to be from me, a player who is right here 33 millions, right? So I have my fair share of battles. I have my fair share of time progressing in the game. Right now, by the way, in the server, I am the second rank in basically everything. In power, I'm second. In tower, I am also second. And a lot of the heroes, I will probably be second, maybe third in some categories, right? But I am in first in some of them as well. For example, in guild here, guild instances, I will probably normally peak at rank 1 in almost every single boss fight. Uh, or you could see in here, for example, hero challenges. I am rank 1. This guy is the highest power and he is rank 2, far away from my damage number. We also have the trial world boss over here. I am also rank 1, and again, there's a pretty big gap between me and the second guy. So PvE wise, I'm doing pretty good. PvP wise, I'm doing pretty good as well. So I'm rank 2, pretty much in arena. In cross server battle, by the way, I will probably show you guys some of the fight in here as well. I'm probably not going to show this because this guy is actually overpowering everyone. I think from all the research or from all the previous preparation that I've done for this video, not too much though, but anyway, I think this is probably the closest fight, and also it kind of proved a point that I'm trying to make, right? So I would probably show you guys this fight, and then I will show you guys one of my own battle in PvE, and show you why I put some of the heroes in tier list in the place that they are. So anyway, back to the tier list. The first tier is going to be the SSS tier. This, I think I will go quickly through them, but first of all, this is the order of recommendation for me personally. The first is going to be Shank. He's not the strongest, but he is the first one that you can have. You probably should have at least one Shank. He is going to help you through the first 2 months of the game very, very comfortably. And you get him by participating in the banner that is from day 3, I believe. After the new server is released, I think in day 3 you get this. At least it was day 3 for me when I played this account. So get a Shank. Shank, even a 5-star, is extremely good. His passives are, he has Resurrection, which is very good. He cannot be truly one-shotted. After Resurrection, he can block, I think, 2 incoming damage, maybe 1 instance of incoming damage, which is another cheat death. Very, very good. He can take a few hits before he actually die. And most importantly, he has a very, very special effect. Only him, only him. There's no one else in the game that can have that, which is Focus Fire. It allows some of the very strong single target units. For example, Mihawk is probably the standout case in this case here. Mihawk, and second, you can have like Luffy as well. There's a couple of other single target heroes, but these two are probably the best one. They are going to be so much better because of you having a Shank in your team. It just need to be a 5-star Shank. You don't need it to be high level. You just need to be level 100, 5-star. That's it. That's all. And the focus fire is when you enter a battle, it will lock down on your enemy's highest attack target. And so every single target unit is going to focus that unit and a story. Often that is going to be the biggest threat in a team anyway, so it's insanely strong effect. When you kill them, pretty much you kill first, you win the battle. Basically, that is how the early game works. So Shank, my highest recommendation. Not the strongest. The strongest is going to be Whitebeard, but he is the last hero that you can have. So this guy's just insane, but it's very hard to get. Realistically, all of these heroes, by the way, you probably can have one copy of them every 4 weeks. That is the cycle that I've noticed. So they will come. There will be a banner for these guys every. Actually, it's every week. So every 2 weeks you can have one banner that have. If, for example, this week you have Whitebeard, the next 2 weeks you will have another one that is Whitebeard. I do believe that is the cycle. Well, tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? But anyway, regardless, it is very hard and very resources intensive to actually get these heroes going, because one copy of them, pretty much, you need to spend 120 someone in the banner to get them. And that is roughly, that is actually 32.4 thousand diamonds. You will get some back from the summons itself, but roughly you will lose around 25k diamond to get one single copy on average. That is pity. If you are extremely lucky, you might get 2 copies of them in a single banner, but that is extremely rare. I got that once with Shank in the first week. That's about it. From then on, I always go max on all the banners. I never got a second copy, right? Just try to test it out. So I can guarantee you that. Anyway, in order, Whitebeard is strongest. Second is going to be Akainu. Akainu is slightly stronger if you build a damage over time team with Magellan, with Smoker. But even just by himself, he is a really, really strong damage dealer. Insanely strong. He has some CC as well. Sengoku is a very tanky unit. He deals a very significant amount of damage. He is a direct counter to Shank's focused fire effect. He redirects the focused fire to himself. So Sengoku is a very good unit. The problem with Sengoku is, in order for him to be actually useful, he needs to be somewhat tanky. And if you only have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 copies of him, you cannot upgrade him that much. He's not going to be having a lot of HP, not a lot of stat, so he's going to die most of the time before he even get to transform into the Golden Buddha form, which is the strong form. So this guy is here. He is a direct counter to Shank though, so eventually I think he will move up. If you play for like half a year, maybe more, when you have like a gold Sengoku, he will just beat Shanks overall, but Shank's just better. And last 2 units in this tier is Kataguri and Luffy Gear 5. These two are pretty much damage dealer. This guy is more AoE, more dot focus. This guy is single target. But again, I don't think realistically if you are free to play or like you just top up a little bit, you don't have the resources to go for a lot of units. So if you do so, I would highly recommend you go for 1, 2, or 3. Probably if you are patient, this guy is going to be the best bet in the end. But Shank, just very good. And even if you go for this one, just try to get 1 copy of this guy. He will survive. He will help you survive until you get to this guy, right? Second most important tier actually is S tier. I think, by the way, this tier, Mihawk, very well established to be the strongest damage dealer that is a normal faction. And basically everybody who plays this game seriously or semi-seriously build this guy. This guy is insane. This guy deals a lot of damage. The only problem is sometimes because of Shank. If Mihawk's your strongest unit and you are slower than the enemy might one-shot your Mihawk before he do anything. So building Mihawk is an art. Try to make him tanky. Try to help him survive so he can deal the damage, right? For PvP. For PvE, regardless, he is just one of the best unit for PvE as well in boss races. Second unit, and now this guy also deals a shit ton of damage. Regardless of if you do single target, you do AoE, you do PvP, you do PvE. Having NL on my team is the biggest W decision that I've got in this game from the moment that I started playing. NL is insane. I already made a video dedicated toward why is NL so good. So if you want to check it out, it's in my channel. My channel right now have like 3 videos or something, so you cannot miss them. Right? Click on the channel, you'll see the video. Anyway, NL insane damage units. Third, Jozu. I think this is the probably if you want to focus your resources to build one strong rare faction unit. So Yonko, Marine, they are the two rare factions, like Dark and Light in most other idol heroes. Uh, Not idol heroes, but other idol games. The first one I know is idol heroes. So these are the normal faction, but the gold one and the purple one are dark and light, are Yonko and Marine. This guy is a Yonko. So if you need to put resources, and by resources here I mean the copies, the shop currency. So for example, faction shop, every 60 faction summon you can, or 70, 60 to 70 depending on the heroes, you can buy one heroes. And I think I would highly recommend you to go for Jozu. For the retirement shop, you should go for Jozu as well. Try to get him to as high as possible, maybe even max out his star before even thinking about other units. Why? So normally your normal heroes should have a higher star because it's normal faction. You should have more copies of it. You should be able to upgrade them much quicker, right? For rare units, normally they are behind in star upgrade, which means they are on lower speed. And lower speed, what does it mean? You cannot use the skill when it matters, because when the enemy's damage dealers already do everything, already burst down the target, there's no more target to heal. So Jozu is so much better than even Marco. If everything is as maximum, maybe Marco is better. But Jozu, throughout the whole journey until this point for me, Jozu is the different maker. I don't put Jozu in my team. I fight someone with Jozu and everything else is pretty much the same. Probably I lose. 9 out of 10 times I would just lose. So what Jozu does is he don't care about the speed. In the beginning of battle, his passive, his strength is already in place. He is going to throw himself in front of your main carry, your highest attack units. For example, Mihawk in most cases. He would just take basically all the damage for the carry. So he acts as a secondary health bar to just help your highest attack unit survive. He don't care about CC. He don't care about anything. Single target, he'll take it. AoE damage, he also take it. So in the beginning of the battle, he always does his thing. Compared to any other heroes, like Marco, Magellan, they would need to use their skill to actually be somewhat useful, right? So that is why Jozu is S tier, and the other heroes can only be A tier or below. A tier, in my opinion, Marco, best healer, nice buff for damage. So overall, just a very, very solid unit. In the end, you should have a Marco in your team, I think. Maybe in the end game, I have saw some people who are using Shirahoshi as well. I don't think it trumps Marco. Shirahoshi does something different. She clear the buff, she heals for more, but Marco has a lot of good buff, preventing the team from the strongest heroes on our team to get one-shotted. And he also get damage buff like crit damage, something like that. He does a lot of things, right? Just a very, very solid hero. Second I would put here is Magellan. So I really like Magellan. He have CC, He have very strong dot damage. He have a lot of debuff. So if the enemy's purges, it needs to go through a lot of debuff before sometimes getting to the stun, the petrification, those kind of things. So also he can reduce the enemy's defense. So he is very good for physical unit like Mihawk to deal more damage. So overall, this guy is pretty good. I like him. I built him, but if I have to choose again, I will go fully into Jozu first before I even think about anything else here. That is my biggest regret right now so far in this game. The biggest W is building NL. The biggest L is not building Jozu. I choose these two, even though they are very good. They are high tier. I still like them, but Jozu is just better, in my opinion. And then we have Bois. Bois is a very strong support CC unit, especially if you use Mihawk, and you should be using Mihawk, so Bois is pretty good. Mihawk has a passive that he has more armor penetration for each enemies that has petrification or charm on them. Bois is the only hero in the game right now that have petrification and charm. You can connect the dot here, right? Luffy is probably a like bruiser single target unit. He's not going to deal as much damage, not even close compared to Mihawk, another single target unit, but he is going to be slightly more tanky because he does have a passive heals effect. So he should not be burst down in most cases. And he is going to be the secondary damage. He can assist like Mihawk with like Mihawk, Shank, Luffy. Pretty good combo. So Ivankov, if you build, for example, Jozu and Magellan, you don't have Marco. Build Ivankov. Ivankov, especially very easy to get copies because I just randomly get a lot of them when I do the Solar Stone wheel. So Ivankov, actually, you get more than you think. And because he's a normal faction hero, much easier to bring up compared to Marco. What Ivankov can do is heal, purge a little bit, and also very nicely can revive dead allies. So if a carry is burst down, if it's just die, this guy can bring it back. Right now, I think it's the only thing that can bring a ally unit back. Normally, the other revival can just be on itself for other heroes, right? Shiaoshi, I already mentioned, just heals a lot, but this is a very late game focused hero. Early on, I never see a problem facing a Shiaoshi. She is relatively slow, also because she is the rare unit, so normally she is not as highly upgraded as other units, so always get outspeed by basically everyone else, every damage dealer. So yeah, her heals is not as effective. If everything is at maximum star, maximum level, probably she's going to be much better. But because she heals a lot, I will still put her in A tier. If you happen to have copies of her, just upgrade her, right? Don't try to focus her early, but keep her. Then we go to B tier. Smoker is going to be here solely for the reason that I like Magellan and Akainu is a pretty insane unit. So this guy is the strongest unit for dot damage. This guy is the second and a very core unit to dot damage team. And this guy is just the best behind these two. So this guy, the strength that he has is he is a very resilient hero. He deals true damage, so he don't give a shit about the enemy's defenses. So that helps, but the problem with him is his normal attack is just a normal attack, and his skill target weirdly is not target all units to put a dot on him, and sometimes it would just target the back rows and the second back rows. So depending on the enemy's formation, he can be very good or very bad. So he is a hit and miss, and for PvE, he does not do that much damage. Trust me when I say so, because I actually built him, and right now I am leaving him out 11 star. So gold 1, I am leaving him out for Jozu over here, just because I don't think he is doing enough. Sadly, I put a lot of resources into this guy, and now I'm leaving him out. Imagine the pain. He is not useless though, because later in the game you should be building more units, because there are content who require more than a single team of 6 people, so you should be building more units anyway, so he definitely will have a slot. I really like this guy. B tier, the second place I would like to mention, this is like a honor mention, Kinemon. Extremely easy to build unit. You can have him from the dice shop. He can deal some single target damage. He is relatively tanky. He has pretty good sustain. You can put him as a tank unit. He is a warrior, so he fits really well into the early team. And for example, if you put Shanks 5-star, then you upgrade mainly Mihawk, and you can have this guy, Kinemon, and you have Luffy, and you can have just any other random units, maybe Jozu, that is going to be pretty damn good. You have a full single target team, and it works really well. This guy can be in the front line. He does deals a pretty significant amount of damage to single target anyway, so he is good for PvE as well in boss damage race. This guy, overall a decent unit, but he is not as strong and specific as any other heroes above. That is why I put him here. He has no real synergy with everyone else. He is like a selfish hero here, if that makes sense. All of his skill works for himself. Because he's a rare unit, it's pretty hard to upgrade him, so especially early on, if you want to focus on this guy, you are going to have a hard time because there's no way you can upgrade him quickly compared to other units. That is why he falls off. I think in the end game, if you, again, max out everything, he is pretty damn good. Maybe he can move up a tier if it reached like gold 3 max level, right? Jinbei, decent tank and buff unit. Y buff unit. He has a passive that improves the normal attack damage of all our allies. So overall very good PvE, but for PvP I would say he is a little bit underwhelming personally. That is what I think. He does not really do a lot of damage himself, but he does add a little bit of damage for the whole team. Everybody attack, normal attack is going to deal a little bit more damage. Ace suffer from the same condition as Kizaru over here. Expensive, hard to upgrade, and take too long to be strong. So he is just not a very efficient carry compared to just build the normal units here. Cracker is a half tank, half damage dealer. So he has the cheat death ability. Because he enter the match as the form, and then when he reach a threshold, when the life bar of that form is broken, he switch to a second form. So pretty much it is like a revival, but thematically it's pretty cool. So overall he deals a decent amount of damage, but it's AoE damage in this game. Actually, I don't think AoE damage is that good compared to single target. Single target seems to be overall better for everything. For PvE, it's better at one-shotting one target. Just getting more people than your enemies is just going to be insane advantage. Then spread out the damage, and then enemies can heal up. That is going to not be good for Cracker. So Cracker is in B tier here. If you have a lot of copies for some reason, some people might get lucky. This guy's still pretty solid if you can just build him for free. Only if you can build him for free, right? If you have the ticket, buy Jozu. If you have the shop points, buy Jozu, please. Doflamingo is actually a solid unit, but the only thing that he does is the crowd control. That's about it, but he's very good at it. I still see him in PvP sometimes, but yeah, a lot of people just build rare units at my stage. Pretty good, but if you have the choice, just go for these guys. Overall, it's better. Zoro is a very, very, very early stage hero. Like, the first week, he is a god. The first week that you play, he is an absolute god. But then he falls off. Insanely quickly, by the way. So, don't invest in Zoro. If you have him, just build him a little bit up for fun. Anything that is gold 0 or below is going to be usable as food later, as photo later. So if you want to upgrade him, but don't go past that point. you'll regret it, right? This guy in the late game does not do shit. Almost doesn't do anything. Bartolomeo and Kuma. So Bartolomeo's good early game for Mihawk because he is a tank slash semi-tank, but he has a counter-attack ability. So he counter-attack, he can counter-attack on every single hit, and each time he counter-attack, it can trigger Mihawk's follow-up attack. Mihawk follow-up attack early game does not have very high chance. Later, when you upgrade your haki to higher level, it is very high proc chance. So you don't need this guy because there's a limit every turn. So this guy falls off later. Kuma on the contrast. Early on, he is whatever. Late game, he is a very solid tank because he limit the damage that he take to 15% of HP, I think. So it will always take at least like 6 hits or something to kill him. So he is very, very, very tanky by himself. The problem is, compared to things like Jozu, he cannot protect the allies. In the game, there are so many things that can just bypass the front line. So this guy is not going to be that big of a deal. He does, by the way, deals a decent amount of damage, but overall, I don't think he is a high prio unit. Highest prio 1, 2. Maybe if you have more, maybe this guy or this guy, this guy. This should be better. Anyway, C tier. This is Smoothie. Smoothie is a half-assed unit in my opinion. She does not deal that much damage. She deals a teeny tiny amount of damage. She does give the whole team a buff for crit, but it's also a whatever amount. It's not that significant to make a difference, and she is not tanky also. So overall, just a half-assed unit. So I put her C tier. I don't think anybody in the later stage of the game is using this girl for any reason, right? Rob Lucy, this guy is a more expensive and about the same effectiveness of Luffy. So this guy is about as strong as Wano Luffy here, which is a normal unit in a normal faction, much cheaper if you have resources to put into Marine and Yonko units. Don't put into this guy. Put in here or maybe here. Yeah, anything above is going to be better than Rob Lucy. Rob Lucy is extremely good for PvE for boss raised damage, by the way. He just deals a lot of single target, but that's about it. And this guy is also kind of half-ass, to be honest. He doesn't have any special effect. He just deals damage, but there's a lot of units that is just better, right? Just overall better. Uh, this guy, kind of the same. He does have a low chance for CC. I don't see anyone using this guy ever. He just looks like kind of meh, to be honest. Law and Caesar. These are normal units, but they are only good in specific situation that is single target boss damage race. This guy buffed quite a lot of crit damage for the whole team, which is a lot of damage. This guy deals very good single target and deals some damage based on the HP of the target. So if you fight a big ass boss that has like billions of HP and you deals a like 4% of each HP, maximum 1,000% of this attack, this is 1,000% of this attack. So it is a lot of damage, single target. But in PvP, he is very slow, does not deal that much damage because 4% or whatever 6% of the target's HP in PvP is nothing, right? And well, anyway, as much of a meme as Caesar is, he is so much better than D tier. D tier, these units are trashed. This guy have taunt. That's it. He is very slow. He is not that tanky. He does not have a special effect that have him alive. He is just overall a terrible unit if you look at other rare units. I guess we need to have photo units in the game, right? So this is pretty much a photo. Robin, this is the worst Robin I've seen ever in any One Piece game. Insanely useless. This, but not the worst. The worst is Cavendish. This guy just put shame to the word useless. He is so far below weak that weak looks like an S tier. This guy is insane. I need to make a tier Z for this guy. I don't understand why they put this guy as SSR. He should be an S maximum. He is even weaker, slightly weaker than Brook, which is a S unit in my opinion. So anyway, nobody is using him. Nobody is like funny enough to use this guy. So he is trash. So that's the explanation for the whole tier list. Anyway, I will try to show you some of the fight in game. Maybe not a full fight, maybe PvP. I will show the full fight, but anyway, let's just do this, right? Let me take this. So I will show you first of all this. This is going to be a content that is like a boss damage fight, right? Single target boss damage, and we will fight. We will be able to see, because some of the other boss damage content, if not a lot of them or all of them, we cannot see this chart at the end, so we don't know the amount of damage. So here, this fight, the Mihawk is going to deal 176 million, and now it's going to be 138. Let's do it again, because there are variants, right? So let's just do a couple of fights and look at the numbers. Then I'll show you my Mihawk versus NL. Roughly the same, right? So this guy is dealing a little bit more damage than NL. So how are the gearing situations, the stat situation are? Let me show you. Mihawk is maxed out. 350 levels, almost a million attack. This guy is so much weaker. 315, only go 2 instead of go 3, and around 800k. This guy is close to a million, so he already have a lot more damage. In terms of haki, this guy is like this, so I have 1 2 3 4 5. We have all these haki. For now, I think it's roughly the same. Yeah, actually it's just the same, so we have equal in haki. In the equipment, this guy has a full Conqueror set, which is slightly more damage, while Mihawk has a full Guardian set. Guardian set is slightly tankier. Why I put this Guardian set in here, I already explained in my other video, but here, quick explanation. This guy will get focused first, so I need him to be ready. I need him to be tanky to take the damage. If he die, he will not deal any damage, so I need him to be as tanky as possible. That's why I put the Guardian set in here. So this guy has red seals, 1 red seal, orange seal, and these 2 are red. We have red force rune here. This guy not as much. This guy doesn't yeah, just all orange. There is no red yet. The fruit, this guy is a 0-star fruit, while Mihawk has a 4-star fruit. Much better. So overall, Mihawk have a lot more stat right now, have more gear right now, but the damage, you can see NL is pretty much close, right? So overall, if we calculate the percentage, probably Mihawk right now is around 20% more damage in terms of attack, but roughly we should have around 15% difference between the damage of the two. Back when I made the previous video, this guy and this guy actually are, Mihawk is still stronger, but these two actually deals the exact same amount of damage. That is before I get Mihawk to 3-star, but now it is 3-star, golden 3-star. So he has a lot more levels, so he just deals more damage. But before, when they was both 2-star and 315 levels, they deals pretty much the equal amount of damage. In one match, NL might do more, in other, Mihawk would do more. on the same exact fight. So overall, if you think Mihawk is strong, that means and now it's just as strong. So yeah. Anyway, let's do another fight that I can show you actually. So here, let's go to this. Again, this guy is the 47 millions. This guy's 45, so very, very equal, right? You can see the damage here. Mihawk show that he is insane, and now not as insane as Mihawk, but you can see that maybe Mihawk just killed everyone before I now have the chance to move because Mihawk is much higher level, more upgraded, and everything like that, right? Let's just see the fight. How can I watch? Okay, here. You'll see the difference that Jozu actually make, and you will see how useless this girl is. You will see how useless she is. Yo, this Mihawk is strong. This guy, by the way, he is building it so damn wrong. The fruit, the highest attack unit seems to be Shank, right? Yeah, it is. See, Jozu is taking all the damage for Mihawk. Mihawk's not even breaking the shield. And there goes the Shank. The Shank on Sub-Zero's team is very strong, by the way. Highest damage unit is Gold 0, which is insane for premium units. Gold is insane upgrade for premium units, by the way. So here the fight is pretty much over because this team basically does not lose anything yet. Just some HP on Jozu. This team already lose like the main carry. The main two carries, in fact. Mihawk is dead. Shank is dead. Now this is useless. Now these two cannot just win all. This guy's only a star. So now I think we can see the result here, right? You can see this guy died immediately without doing anything. This guy just almost immediately. He do one skill, that's about it. So overall, I think that is going to be my final decision on tier list. This is not my first take, by the way. While I was recording and I was talking about it, I actually rethink a little bit. So, but I think the final version that I am showing to you guys here in terms of result, I think I'm very happy with it. So again, this is going to be the tier list, my version of the tier list. If we speak of strength, this should be it. Maybe this. But if we speak of recommendation, I will go for this one. Shank, regardless, even though he is heavily countered by this guy, he still deals a shit ton of damage by himself. So he is pretty good. So yeah. In terms of availability, I will probably put still a disorder. For S tier, most important, these three units are probably the strongest non-premium units. These two, Mihawk's the strongest, NL second strongest, damage dealer of the normal faction, strongest tank support unit, because he target tank for the highest damage unit, right? So, is there anything else I want to do? Actually, let me just go here. Okay, let me just fight this guy. Non-skip. This guy is actually pretty close to me. I think this guy is probably the third strongest person here. Okay, he did even forgot to put this thing here. So sometimes I still lose to this guy. Okay, so you see, my Jozu is protecting my Mihawk, so my Mihawk not die there. That's a pretty good amount of damage. Ace looks fancy, deals some AoE damage, but kind of useless to be honest. Now my 3 units here are links, and it also get protected by Jozu as well. So Jozu is protecting 3 units pretty much. Cracker. Okay, they killed my Jozu. Ouch. Maybe this is an instant where I lose. Look at how much damage Akainu is dealing. At the end, you'll see why Akainu is the second strongest. Heals, yes, please. Okay, Mihawk, do your things. Kill that Mihawk. Yes. Yeah. My Mihawk is built quite tanky. You'll see the difference. Ouch. Alright, we got it. Now I just need to kill Akainu. Pretty much, I don't think the other team can do anything because right now I don't think they have enough damage to out damage my healer. So I would just kill him one by one. Easy. Kill it. Yep. Now he has immunity, but we have heal. So NL got healed. Ouch. In a standard fight like this one, Marco is good. I cannot deny that Marco is very good. Okay, good thing that the both targets are in the same row. Let me see if I can actually win this shit. He is dealing quite some damage. Okay, Kizaru's dead. Can the Shank freaking solo? I don't think so. Yep, he's dead already. So, look at the damage here for PvP, right? Same damage. Same damage. Shank as a 9-star. I just upgraded him to 9-star. Just recently, I just got the latest copy of him. I built him up every single banner from the first banner, and now it's 9-star. Pretty good. In the upcoming week, I will probably, no, actually, in the next 3 days, I think I will have enough to put Jozu to 10-star. Big, big, big. Um, okay, so this guy, if you watch that match, you'll see that he almost doesn't do anything but one single skill. And yet he is burning my team for 4 million, 4.4 million damage. So I think this guy, as a 7-star, is pretty damn good. These Marines, Admiral like this guy and Sengoku, they really need more star. When they have more star, they will be the game winner. But for now, if you try to force it in, it's not going to be consistent. Sometimes it deals a lot of damage, sometimes it doesn't. That is why I leave mine out. So yeah, overall, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you think this is a good video or not in the comment section, or by subscribing, liking the video, those kind of shit. Peace.